Hi everybody, welcome to episode 7. We just want to say thank you very much to all the people who subscribed for the last 7 weeks. So far we've got 384 subscribers when we're making this video. The last video's got just under 6,000 views in a week, so it's a lot more than we thought. We just want to remind you that once we get to 1,000 subscribers, so we've got approximately 600-ish to go, we're going to give somebody £1,000, so we'll pick you at random, the same as we did with the Liam Proudlock. You get chosen at random, we'll send you £1,000 and everyone's happy. So today what we're going to do is walk around the workshop as normal, but we're going to talk to some of the staff and ask them what their favourite tool is. So everybody in the workshop, including the reception, has all been a tech apart from Jimmy. Jimmy's a bit of a tool anyway, but we're going to ask Jimmy why he likes to work here. Jimmy, apart from being a tool, why do you like to work here?
Because I'm always busy.
Always busy, Jimmy?
Always busy.
We're going to try and capture Gary, but he seems to have absconded from his desk. I promise he's not on the sick again. Right, we'll head down this way. We'll see if we can find him in the workshop. Absolutely zero progress on the G-Wagon this week because just haven't had 2 minutes at all. Plenty of progress on the Mustang. It's probably only about an hour-ish if Paul can work out what the wiring is from starting. We've got a spark, we're just trying to get the injectors to fire with the new ECU kit on. Paul, we're asking everybody what their favourite tool is. What's your favourite tool in the toolbox?
Mustang removal tool.
That'll do me. Can't wait to get rid of this Mustang. Everything's all in now, the ignition's on. It's timed up right. ECU kit's in. We're just trying to get the ignition to torque the ECU and that should be that all done. Navara, this was in for a shocker last week, but it's now just putting diesel in the oil. It's had a couple of failed regens, so we're going to drop the oil out, do a service, do a proper forced regen, and that should get that all done. This year we're going to come back to this one for a full walk around, but this is the cheapest Range Rover in the country. So this was bought for £8,000. It's a TD V8 2014 Vogue. It's actually got a really good spec, apart from it looks like it's just been involved in about 5 crashes. Apart from that, it's a really good spec. So it's got pan roof. It had deployable side steps, but they fell off. I think there's probably not a straight panel in it, but it's still the cheapest Vogue in the country. Got a council job here, 2 men working. Nothing going on. Right, just quickly while you got your hands deep there, favourite tool in the toolbox?
Milwaukee soda knife.
Callum? Well, who makes it, Callum?
Milwaukee.
Ah, Milwaukee. Right. I'm more of a Snap-on fan myself, but I do have Milwaukee gear. This Sprinter was in for an exhaust flexi. So I'm just going to lift this up, have a quick look. So under here, it's a new rear exhaust and the flexi was also split. So we've took that off, welded a new flexi pipe in and welded to the bottom of the DPF there. Because if you don't want to start doing the welding, then unfortunately you've got to buy a brand new DPF at about £1,500. So we've just cut the old piece out, welded new flexi in, new back box, customised way for a lot cheaper than the 1,500 quid. Over there we've got that's a 4.2 supercharged Vogue. So this is, the car's been in with us before. It's now just in for MOT. We've done a pre-MOT yesterday. 2 front tyres were down to the minimum, and also the 2 front arms. So now once them are all done, Just get that on the MOT lift. So we've also got a C-Class that got brought in by the RAC. So that was in for what the RAC brought is a non-charging. Once we've checked it actually is charging. So we've checked the rate of charging, that's fine, but it's not getting the correct signal back from the intelligent battery module. So we're going to put a new battery on this. Once the new battery's on, we'll code that in and that should get that on his way. This is a 2015 Range Rover Sport by, I think the body kit's done by vogue. This is in, it's just been somewhere else, a different garage. They've just done some brakes, but it appears that they've damaged the rear calipers. So we're going to put a pair of calipers on it. Hopefully we'll get away with just the motors on the back of the calipers. If we can, then we'll do that. If not, we'll have to put full calipers on. So we're going to go across to the cheapest Range Rover. We're going to get it on the lift. And then once on the lift, we're going to go around, see what it needs and cost it up. Cal, stick on the lift for us, mate. Cal's going to stick on the ramp for us to have a look at. We're going to do a full walk round. We'll cost up how much it's going to cost and see if it actually is the cheapest Range Rover. I think it could possibly probably one of the most expensive ones by the time we're finished. Just walking around before it goes in the lift. Definitely needs a headlight. Definitely wants a bumper. Bumper's held on with bits of screws there. I don't think they do that from the factory. New wing, wings full of bodge. Wheel refurb. There's rattle can black all down the side of here. There's got an odd wheel on there. I'm assuming that was a spare. Trim is missing here. These hanging off. That light's all right. Doesn't seem to be marked or anything. Back end seems to be all right. Everything looks all right in there. Spare wheel's missing, so that'll be that one on there. Tailgate works all right. Backlight smashed. That wheel looks like a 50 pence, plus tyres flat. It used to have a side steps, the deployables, but they're now missing. It's got cream leather. It's got an in-car phone. The car's got a full pan roof. Big dent in the trim there. All the paintwork here is pretty rough. But I think this side you could possibly polish. Wing mirror's all right. Get a set of number plates on it. They just took a private plate off this. I think the interior is pretty grubby, but it would clean up all the back of there. It's also got the reclining rear seats. That's another optional extra. Hasn't got tellies in the rear. This car's got 95,000 miles on. All that quarter panel there needs redoing. I thought it was just a trim missing, but there's not. So far, wants a front light, back light, and a lot of bodywork. I would say a new set of wheels and tyres, probably cheaper than replacing the ones that are either missing or wrong. Also, when we pulled the car in, there was a noise on the engine. So we're going to look into that noise. I believe it could be the timing chain on the front, or it's possibly a rattling water pump. Haven't had looked closely into it yet, but we will do. But all these are, everything's slack and loose, so it needs all that doing. So I'm going to start at this corner. So like I said before, definitely wants a bumper, headlight and a wing. So I'm just going to check the inside on the suspension and the brakes. The inner wheel arch liner is missing. This intercooler's hanging out, so it wants new brackets. Two front arms, the bushes are split. So they're really common. So let's see if we can see. So brake pads are below 1.5, so that's the MOT failure. It's not actually as bad as it looks on this corner. Tyres starting to scrub, so I would say that either pressure being wrong or more likely the tracking. Looks all right there. So again, this one's the wrong wheel, and it's got a cheap, nasty tyre on it. So the brakes on the rear are also just pretty much down to the metal. No play, doesn't seem to be rotational noises. So I think you could probably get away on the back of here with just pads. Still wants the trim putting on there. The rear light, mudguard securing. I would say either the tyre's been flat and done some damage, or there's been something happen here because all this has been cut through. So that's the air pipe. That looks like it's got a little bit of damage on it. All this has been damaged. There's a little bit wear in the subframe bushes there. There's a plug here hanging down. That's from your side steps. All the damage to the side of the tyre. Then brake pads are the same. The new wheel and tyre. A set of pads on that side. That one's the same on the brakes. I would say that one probably wants disarm pads on the front. I don't think we've got any matching tyres in this car at all, which we normally like to have. So actually, for being the cheapest Range Rover and being a bit of a shed, it's mechanically not too bad. I would say a set of wheels and tyres, some distant pads, and probably a lot of money spent on the bodywork. It's probably not going to be too bad. This car's the 4.4 TD V8. I thought for being the cheapest one in the country it would have been a 3 litre, but the 4.4 is a really nice engine, as long as it's been well serviced. We haven't got the service history yet for this. We're going to try and pull a service history online for it. I'm going to start it up, see how it sounds. Whoa, tight. We've got the black, piano black interior, 8-speed gearbox. Let's say it's 4.4 TD V8. We've got the tyre pressure monitoring light on the dashboard. I think that's because of the mismatch of wheels, and obviously the pressures will be out. We've got the coolant level low light and the bonnet oven. That's about it. We checked the oil before we started. Oil level's perfect. The only thing I have noticed is it's a little bit smoky out the back of the car. So we're going to try and get down to the problem of what the noise is and the smoke out the rear. Them two could be linked, or they might not be. What we're going to do is I'll add up all the parts that this needs. Some parts like the bumpers and the lights we'll try and get second hand. Some parts we're going to need new. At the end of the show we'll put in a full costing, what the car cost, how much it was to repair it, and let's see if it actually was the cheapest Range Rover in the country. That's the end of this episode. Thanks very much. See you next time.